The audio book of the child that was struck by lightning to evolve into the man that was struck by lightning. Chapter 3 is what we call the gift of touch and a heavenly pour down. Uh, like, it seems like the harder you pray and open up your gifts and your mind, your gift of touch, or the gift of being able to walk, or everyday stuff, the more you open up to it, you have heavenly pour downs. And if you recognize when you do have a heavenly pour down, like the mind opens up kind of like a stadium. It flashes from probably top of a faucet into a faucet. And the reason I would say like a faucet or a falsetto, because you got to think of God-like form. Self-humans are incapable of achieving. Now some have the gift of sunshine, the gift of touch, as a heavenly pour down for a good day, or the gift of lightning is prayer hands, is the gift of touch and a heavenly pour down. I can hear all type sound effects, but working with something like a gift of touch that's a heavenly pour down is highly concentrated. It's highly medical. It's highly prayerful. It's highly spiritual. Like embracing the facets of a heavenly pour down. Once again, not the easiest facet. It's not the easiest road, but to build up to like a purity of touch and like, oh, hearing your mind's most inner depthness of like where were you going with all God's blessings and achievements, because God works through achievements some days. Like you can't become a pastor without actually having like a spiritual degree. And like the degree level of spirituality, it builds up into like a heavenly increasing stamina of just being able to stand like the ultimate being. Standing the ultimate being is probably not bad as you think it would be to be able to stand God in all forms of life. I'm pretty sure that to hear the depthness of your mind is somewhat a God form open book or open chapter that was considered a spell on your life. For some people, the gift of touch as a heavenly pour down could be wealth, jewelry, not to say to get too idolized or too material, but you hear all type God related objects, whether it be God or machine. Technically, the first man to ever exist, hey, he was probably somewhat a celestial solar type being, causing all type medical meteor showers. And somewhere in there, if you just like tune out the lights with all your strength and squeeze on your eyes real hard, because you see God in the dark, yes, but somewhere in there, it's kind of like a fruition of like being a beggar at the Lord's table. The reason I say being a beggar at the Lord's table, because he fed a multitude of like 5 to 2,000, something like that, with crumbs. And I'm just saying, a crumb of lightning or sunshine, like, could feed the brain just enough serotonin to make it a unique form of life. Like somewhere in there, a heavenly pour down where you praying for life was like a come up. You had to treat God like a come up. I mean, if you're gonna be with God, you might as well go ahead come up. And that I would probably introduce as the fourth chapter.